I got this weed whip. Mine is currently already assembled, but I'm going to walk you through the process on how to assemble yours. So when it comes, the bar is separate from the motor and from the handle. So what you need to do is you'll get the bar and you'll slide it in, and then there's a hole that the center bolt will line up to, and then once you get that bolt put in, you can then tighten up the clamping bolt, and that'll tighten that rod up inside of there. And then when you do that, this cable here has the kill switch inside of it, and that's pretty easy because it's just red to red and black to black. And then you have to take off the air breather cover. It's pretty easy, it's just a screw. And then inside of here is where your throttle cable goes. There's a little catch right here. One side has a small hole, one side has a big hole. The big hole goes to the back side and the cable goes inside of there. And then you just adjust it by this threaded bolt here and then this nut. So you just adjust it so that when you pull the trigger, that's how that works. All right, so then let's go to the handle up front. After I get this cover back on. Okay, so this handle up front here, it comes in two pieces. There's the bottom half and the top half, which is actually the handle. Inside of here, there's a piece of rubber. So when you put that together, you just put the rubber on, then put the bottom on, and then slide the handle on top, and then you just put 4 bolts in, and they just have nuts that go inside of the holes inside of there. That's pretty easy. And then you take your the head end, and then you just slide it inside of here. You have to push the button down, get it to slide inside, a little bit of rocking, and then you push this down and let it tighten it up. And that's all assembled. So next we'll show you how to mix the gas for it. Okay, so inside the box when you receive the Weed Whacker brush cutter, it comes with a little gas mixing container. The one side has a 25:1 and the other side has a 50:1 ratio. We are going to use the 25:1 today. So how that works is on this back side, you have to fill it up with oil to the number 10. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you use, you just have to match it across. So the big container is for the gas and the little container is for the oil. So if you only want a little bit mixed up, you can mix it up to the 5 or mix it up to the 10. Doesn't matter, you just have to keep them the same. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, as you can see here, I filled up the gas up to 10 and I also filled up the oil up to 10. So to mix it, you just have to tip it. It's because there's a passageway right through here. So I tip it back to let gas into the oil so that I can thin the oil out a little bit, and I just keep rocking it back and forth. So you get all that oil out of that back tank. As you can see, the back tank's starting to clear up. Doesn't have oil stuck to it. Alright, and there we go. It's all mixed up. So next we'll put it in the Weed Whacker and get it fired up. Okay, so now we're going to put fuel in. So take off the fuel cap. Now we can just pour the fuel inside. So now that we have gas in it, now to start it, what we have to do is come up here and to put it into half throttle. So you have to push the top safety down, pull the trigger, and then hold this button down, and that'll hold it at half throttle. We have to make sure the kill switch is in the rear position. Forward is to shut the weed whip off, backward is to let it run. So now we'll come to the back side. And underneath the air breather here, there's the primer bulb. So we have to push that several times until you feel that it gets pressure and you can feel the gas moving through it. Now for the choke, all the way down the choke is open, and then all the way up the choke is closed. So we'll close the choke so that we can try to start it. Then all you have to do is pull. And once it fires off a little bit, you can set the choke back down. Okay, so this Weed Whip comes also with 2 brush cutters in the kit. Also, you receive a tool kit, and inside that you have your tools. So we will go ahead and take the weed whipping head off and go ahead and put this 3-blade brush cutter kit on. It comes with a 3-tooth blade and a 40-tooth blade. So in order to do that, you need to stick the screwdriver in the hole here, and there's another hole that it will line up with. And then this is reverse thread. So lefty tighty, righty loosey. Okay, and then once we get that off, this little washer that comes off, and then we put this cutting blade on, and that lines up perfectly on this bushing here so that it's not off center. And then we take, included with the kit is a bigger washer, and then this nut. So thread that on, being careful to make sure that this blade doesn't fall off that centering bushing. And then now we just take our wrench, keeping our screwdriver in that same hole. And now we take that and just tighten that up. Get it nice and snug. That's all it takes, and you can switch it right out to that blade. Okay, so to switch from the blade to the weed whipper head, you stick your screwdriver in the hole and turn until it finds the locking pin. And now we take this nut back off. For the weed whipper head, we don't need the big washer or the nut. And take the blade off. So then putting that on, we leave the screwdriver in. We put on this washer here, and then inside of the weed whip head actually has the nut inside of it. So all we have to do is just put that on, spin that on, and then keep our screwdriver in the same hole, and just give it a couple of turns, and it's installed. Okay, also included in the kit is this arm strap, or shoulder strap. So what you need to do is just clip it in here, and then you can throw it up over your shoulder. This helps for lots of things, for balancing of the tool, and also helps that when it's over top of your shoulder for safety. So if that blade would happen to catch something and kick out, that the blade can't get to you because it's connected to your body.